Swear the witness. Swear in the witness, please.
I, Nicholas Kenya Josephat, do solemnly swear that the evidence that I shall give before this Senate in respect of the matters before the Senate shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Witness, kindly introduce yourself for record purposes.
I am Nicholas Kenya Josephat, others referred to as Kenyamona, elected member of County Assembly representing Yaki East.
The County Assembly of which county?
Meru County.
Thank you. Mr. Nicholas Kenya, have you read the motion for impeachment?
Yes, I have.
That is before the Senate.
Exactly.
Have you also had a chance to look at the governor's response that has been filed?
I have also gone through it.
Have you filed an affidavit in support of the response by the governor?
Yes, I have.
Is it the affidavit contained in that response appearing at page 86 all the way to page 89?
It is.
Do you wish to rely completely on the avowance in that affidavit?
I wish to rely on it.
Thank you. I will ask you very few questions, targeted questions for the purposes of this motion. Being a member of the County Assembly of Meru, you are privy to the political happenings in Meru County. Am I right?
Very right.
It has been said that the governor of Meru has been unable to work with any of the elected leaders, specifically members of County Assembly. Is that your position?
It is not my position.
Has the governor been able to work with members of County Assembly of Meru?
Exactly after the first impeachment, the governor made peace with majority, if not all, of the members of County Assembly, and we have had a good working relationship.
Yesterday, counsel for the County Assembly said that that marriage was what lasted for a few weeks after the first impeachment. Is that the position? And if it's not the position, how long did that harmonious working relationship last?
I can confirm that you have been having a good working relationship with the governor after the first impeachment. It cannot be said that it lasted for a few weeks because it has been so until mid-September when cracks and crises were introduced to the members of County Assembly.
You allude to cracks and?
Cracks, walls, incitements
were introduced to members of County Assembly.
Exactly.
Who introduced these cracks to the members of County Assembly, to the best of your assessment and knowledge?
Much of what happened and what has brought us here is incitement to the members of County Assembly, mostly by members of Parliament, that is members of National Assembly, as well as other political leaders in Meru who may not be elected at the moment.
Thank you. You have had a chance to look at the motion for impeachment.
Yes.
Do you believe that the governor is guilty of any of the charges that she is facing?
I'll say not guilty.
Why do you say so?
Simply because if you look at the allegations, many of them do not impute any wrongdoing on the governor herself. At the same time, I know the decision of the County Assembly of Meru through 59 members to impeach the governor cannot be termed as what was their own decision at their free will. There was incitement, there was coercion, as will be demonstrated later.
Thank you. Let us actually demonstrate that right now. You're saying that the County Assembly of Meru did not exercise their mind fully in interrogation of these issues. They were acting on intimidation and other forces. Can you explain that to the Senate?
I'm saying the members were not freely exercising their decisions because Some were coerced by political parties that they serve through their leaders. Others, it was a kind of a campaign where some of the MCAs were promised that if the governor goes and the deputy governor takes the seat, there will be the doubling of one development funds from the current 15 million that is given by the governor to 30 million. And that one brought some sense of excitement among the members, as well as pushing them to impeach the current governor.
Mr. Nicholas Kenywa,
yes.
Were you at any point approached and given an incentive to support the motion for impeachment? And if so, what was the nature of that incentive?
Now, one of the incentives to impeach the governor was the promise that once she goes, the One Development Fund will be doubled from 15 million to 30 million. Of course, there were other inducements, like some MCAs being promised that there will be CEC members in the executive once the governor goes. Some of them are promised to be chief officers.
Honorable witness, listen to your counsel and answer his question.
Thank you.
The question was very specific. Were you approached and given any kind of incentive? And if you are, what kind of incentive? That was the question from your counsel.
Yes, I was.
By whom? Who approached you, and what kind of incentive were you given?
Some of the incentives was monetary inducement.
By whom? Who approached you?
Now, one of the person who was sent to offer monetary inducement was a friend of mine known as Kimathi. He told me that he has been sent. If I accept to send away the governor, I can get an amount.
Let us go to paragraph 7 of your affidavit. You make certain allegations there. Kindly substantiate what you mean.
You said paragraph
7 of your affidavit appearing at page 87.
I can confirm that the deputy governor also called me and several other members of the county assembly where he sought my support in the impeachment of the governor, and in return he would double our want development fund from 15 million to 30 million.
Is it your evidence before this Senate that the deputy governor of Meru actually called you in person?
Yes, it is.
For your support in this impeachment motion?
Yes, it is.
Is it also your evidence that the deputy governor of Meru issued a specific incentive of increasing the ward development fund from 15 million to 30 million as an exchange for your support in this impeachment motion?
I can confirm the same, not only to myself but to other members of the county assembly. It was a promise.
Did you accept the incentive?
Personally, I did accept it. I took it to be...
Did or did not?
I did not.
You did not?
I did not accept it.
Yes.
I took it to be a mere campaign promise that may not materialize, knowing the kind of finance you're getting from the national government as a county.
Are you aware if any of your colleagues at the county assembly accepted the incentive?
Majority of them bought the idea, and within the conversation in our circles, you can hear that they are convinced if the governor goes and the deputy governor assumes office, this one will materialize and it will be to their benefit.
You talk about conversation in your circles. What circles are these?
Normally, you know, we have formal and informal talks as members of the county assembly. We are friends with some of them, and so that's what I mean by circles.
Let us go to the issue of threats, because that is about the incentives. Are you aware of any threats that were issued for people who were not in support of the impeachment?
Many members of county assembly, once they often to resist the move to impeach the governor, were threatened to be de-whipped from their political parties, to be removed from the house committees, and indeed, we have two who were removed from those committees as a result of their stand not to impeach the governor.
Who were these two that were removed and whipped?
One is Honorable Frida Naitogi Tobu, who is a nominated member of UDA. The other one is Ruth Kananu, who is a nominated member of the Evolution Empowerment Party.
Has Honorable Naito sworn an affidavit to support those allegations?
Yes, she has.
Have you seen that affidavit?
Yes.
Is it the affidavit contained in the governor's response, a smaller booklet? Are you able to trace it from your booklet?
I'm looking for it.
Page 90.